Hi guys, it's Sunshine and I'm back with another video. Sorry that it's taken so long. Dee and I definitely wanted to get together, make a video and post. Unfortunately, Dee works night shift, I work first shift, so our schedules don't kind of coincide with one another, but we will make time. Unfortunately, today we would have had time, but we got a nice little ice and snowstorm here and we wasn't able to get out and travel. So I decided while I'm sitting here at home that I would just get on here and talk about something that I felt was very personal for me that would kind of go along with what Dee and I are promoting and putting out. And I hope that you guys can enjoy this and take something from it, and maybe it'll help you in a way that I was helped. That's the whole goal here, healing for sure. For the last couple years, I literally have been trying to heal myself from the inside out. I've had a lot of trauma from childhood that I've had to work through over the years. I have been a work in progress since 2008, okay? Up until that point, I lived a pretty reckless life. I did pretty much toxic, unhealthy relationships, had horrible behavior, had zero disregard for anyone's else's life or respect for them, and I just pretty much lived life on my terms, and if you didn't fit into that, then I was like, screw you, right? But I wasn't a very good human being during that time of my life. But I have worked really hard to get to where I'm at now and to be the person that I am now. So with that, I want to say that I was in a marriage, and it didn't end very well for me. I left with feelings of inadequacy, and if you ever experienced that, that is like the worst feeling in the world. To feel like you're just not good enough. That stigma is so hard to just get over. So I have met a counselor. Yes, I go to therapy. And she's a wonderful, wonderful lady. She literally helped me break some barriers and strongholds that I have had in my head, in my brain. And I think the best way to really describe the transition that she helped me with was like, our brain is literally like a spider web, right? And you think of it as the spider who literally weaves all these webs, right? And I know you've heard people say, oh, what a tangled web we weave. So in the brain, we've weaved a tangled web over the years if you've had a life similar to mine. And I had to go in there and, cut it down with scissors and reconnect all my cobwebs, so to speak, with positive affirmations, with new learned behaviors. And that stuff doesn't happen and work overnight. This is stuff you have to learn, unlearn, relearn, and practice. Practice, practice, practice. Do I still get crazy thoughts? Yes, I'm human. Do I still want to act out sometimes? Yes, I'm human. But I have learned different coping mechanisms. And I have learned that when those thoughts come, they can go just as fast as they come. It's when we stop and ponder on them that we give them power. So today I would love to talk to you about something super personal to me, which is unhealthy and healthy relationships, because I've struggled with these for years. Even after I turned my life around and got on a different page in my life, I thought I was getting into a great relationship, and as it turned out, on the surface, things were great. But once the newness wore off of the relationship, there was a lot of unhealthy stuff. And when someone is unhealthy and you're working to be healthy, that can drag you down. And it's definitely a struggle, because for me, I know personally, I wanted to revert back to the old person that I used to be. All right, so there comes the name calling. There comes, well, let's just fight. But I also know from past experience, if I begin to be abusive in a relationship or someone abuses me, every single time an argument gets heated and we start fighting, That's it. We're going straight to fist fighting, and somebody's going to get hurt. And that is just horrible. I don't promote violence. I don't believe in violence. I don't feel like a woman should hit a man or a man should hit a woman in any scenario. Unfortunately, it happens all the time. I'm not perfect. I still lose my temper sometimes. But I am work in progress. And I try to strive every day to be a better person. So I have come across this, I just want to say, like, this quote that I found that was like super, super great. It's about healing, and I kind of try every single day for the past year and a half. I've had this in an old raggedy notebook of mine, and I wrote it like a bunch of times because I wanted to compute it to memory. And I just keep it in the forefront with me at all times, because it's about healing yourself. And it goes like this: I'm healing me, and I'm loving me. I'm supporting me. I'm showing up for me. I'm defending me. I'm nurturing me. I'm protecting me. And I'm committed to seeing me win. Nobody is going to love you like you love you. Nobody is going to support you like you support you. So with that being said, we set the tone for how people treat us. So when you allow a certain individual or individuals to disrespect you, you're basically letting them have a boundary line that says, it's okay to disrespect me because I don't in return respect myself. You should never feel ashamed to speak up and tell someone, don't talk to me like that. You cannot treat me that way. And you have the right to get up and walk away. Because no human being deserves to be treated badly. We don't deserve to be talked to badly. So I'm just saying, those words are like one of the best quotes that I've heard and spoke out loud in a long time. And I feel like I am committed to seeing me win this time around. I know I'm my biggest fan, and I know that I love me more than anyone else can love me. I know I spoil myself. I take good care of myself. I make sure I go to my checkups now. You know, all of these things play a role in how we care for ourselves. Because I want to be the best version of me that I can be. And I don't want to ever hurt another individual on purpose anymore. And when I say on purpose, we know when we say ugly words to somebody, what that's going to cause. And we also know that when we do petty stuff and be tit for tat in a relationship, we're going to hurt someone, right? I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to be the bigger person. I want to be that person that says, okay, you hurt me, that's fine. I'm going to go home and clean my house now. Even if it hurts me, I'm still going to walk away being the better person. Because at the end of the day, I can lay my head down on my pillow and I'm okay with myself. So, with that being said, I want to share this with you about healing before we move on. And when I speak on relationships being healthy or unhealthy, let me just add that this doesn't have to be a spouse relationship, a boyfriend relationship, a partner relationship. This can be in all aspects of your life, with your children, with your parents, with your siblings, with your cousins, with your friends, co-workers. Because I've been in environments where the work environment was very hostile and people talked crazy to you. So, you know, all these things, all these tools definitely will help us have healthy and unhealthy relationships. Because you're going to meet people from all walks of life everywhere you go. And they're all going to have different character traits, right? So I just wanted to share these things. But definitely know this. Healing is not an overnight process. And sometimes it can take years, because you probably didn't get to where you are in 5 years, 10 years, or 15 or 20 years, right? So you're not going to heal from 20 years of trauma in a day. You might not even get there in a year. But if you continue to work hard at it, you're definitely gonna get there. Sorry, I'm having a little camera trouble. So I want to say that healing is definitely not an overnight process. It takes some time. Definitely takes time. And there's going to be times when you feel like that you're over it and you're happy and everything's okay. And then boom, that wound reopens, which sucks. But don't give up. And definitely don't get discouraged. Take each day one step at a time. And just try to be a better version of yourself, mentally, emotionally, than you were yesterday. And that's all you can really do. And I want to say this, because someone shared this with me and it just hit home for me, and maybe it will for you. Sometimes the person that you want the most is the person that you're best without. Let that sink in. It's a tough one, right? When your head and your heart is at war. Because sometimes our heart, and I'll even go out on a limb here and say this, ladies, our vaginas can get emotionally attached to people. And we want those people. And those people are not what's good for us. And then our head's telling us, hey, red flag, red flag, red flag. But we're not listening, because we're thinking with our heart and something else. And where does that normally get you? Unhealthy relationship, a guy that ain't no good, sitting at home crying, right? Those days have to be in the past. Trash that. Nobody wants to do that. We're here, 2021. You deserve love just like I deserve love. And if somebody can't come correct and treat you correct, all right, deuces. I know, easier said than done, right? But hey, you gotta start somewhere, because today is the first day of the rest of your life. So even if you're hurt and you're watching this and you're having a good day with your spouse right now, but you know a couple days from now it wasn't okay, just know you got the power to get up and leave, honey. And there's all kinds of resources out there too if you feel stuck. And there's people you can reach out to too. So some of the characteristics I like to talk about an unhealthy relationship is definitely control. Control is a big one. That's a huge red flag for me. Also, when you notice like a lot of manipulation in that control, where someone wants to like keep you by yourself, they try to like sabotage your relationships that you have that with people that they know see through their bullshit, because you're blinded by the love thing right at this moment and you can't see it and somebody else can see it. They want that person out of the picture because they don't want no one whispering in your ear and telling you the truth about them. Hostility is another one. That's definitely a bad characteristic trait of an unhealthy relationship. Dishonesty and disrespect. When you have to tell someone over and over and over that something is bothering you or something hurts your feelings and they're not trying to fix it, they have no respect for you. And fortunately, I've had to learn this the hard way. Does it hurt? Yeah, definitely. I'm one of those people, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I definitely will go out on a limb. I would give you the shirt off my back. If you called me and said, hey, I need this, I would stop what I was doing and I would take care of it for you, because that's the type of person I am. And I think what hurts me the worst is when I don't get that reciprocated. And then it's like, dang, here we are again. But I also find myself, when I'm around those kind of people, thinking, well, maybe they haven't been shown enough love. Maybe they haven't experienced what I've experienced. And maybe, just maybe, if I show them that somebody loves them and can care about them, they may get it together and go that extra mile too. That's a lie too. I just tell myself that sometimes. We as human beings, what I know for certain is that we make time for and we do what we want to do. So if I want to have respect for you, baby girl, I'm going to have respect for you. If I feel like disrespecting you, I'm going to disrespect you. It's a choice we make. And people that don't choose to treat us right, there's something wrong with them. There is nothing wrong with us. And for many, 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 many years, I used to internalize, what is wrong with me that you don't want to be with me? Maybe I was too good for you. I mean, I didn't feel that way then, but now I can say that. You gotta know your worth and have your good self-esteem. Because, you know, people in this life think that they could just do whatever they want to you when you let them cross one boundary. Oh, she's not gonna go nowhere, so I'm gonna do that again. Or, you know, and I'm gonna say shout out to the men too, because there's so many good men out here that get done wrong by women. And it's just unfortunate. Just like a good man can ruin a good woman, a bad woman can ruin a good man. And it's really unfortunate that we hurt each other so bad, because hurt people, and we don't take the time to heal from one relationship to the next, and we're just carrying that chaos and confusion on into the other relationship with us, and bringing that baggage, and we're just literally hurting one another, when all we got to do is stop and take a little time and heal. I know it just sounds so simple, doesn't it? But you're probably looking at me like, yeah, right, okay. If it was that easy, everybody would do it. But I think a lot of times we're scared to dig deep and like get the thorn out that's poisoning us, you know? We just want to put a Band-Aid over it and mask it. But we still have an internal infection, and we got to get that out, or we're never going to get better. Dependency. I feel like this is like one of the biggest things I noticed with myself when I'm in a relationship with someone. I struggled for many, many, many years with codependency, and to the point of it almost was enmeshment, you know? I didn't know where I ended and they began. And I would lose myself trying to be what I needed to be for this person. And when you feel like you can't be without someone, it's a problem. But it's not just a problem with them, it's a problem within you. There's a reason that you can't be alone, and you gotta figure out why. So that means you need to sit down and do your homework, baby girl or baby boy, and you need to figure it out, because enmeshment and having codependency to another human being is dangerous. A lot of people do a lot of bad stuff to themselves over codependency to another human being. And I don't want to see anyone have that issue. Intimidation. Been in a relationship where they used a lot of intimidation on me. Where they would either threaten me with violence or use, fearful tactics. Or threaten me with the police. You know, that's always been a great one in my life. I never understood why, and I really truly believe that intimidation and control go hand in hand, because it's truly, them two are truly like enmeshment words right there. Intimidation. Why you would want to treat another human being like they were your property. I just can't wrap my brain around that. We don't own anyone. We are all free. We're all free. We should be. Physical violence. How many people have suffered from physical violence? and it doesn't feel good. I watched my father put his hands on my mother when I was growing up. I can remember being really little and I didn't understand why two people who loved each other would want to hurt each other. I can remember seeing my own family members at reunions get drunk and fight each other. And I couldn't understand that for the life of me either. Why? Why drink if you're going to fight? But again, it goes back to they were all hurting in their own way. And violence is all they knew. They grew up seeing that, and so they just started doing that as they got older. And as a child, seeing what happened with my mother caused me to have my ass beat, so to speak. Yes, there are times when I would be the first one to throw the first punch because I knew what was coming, so I'm going to get you before you get me. That's very unhealthy. I don't ever want to see anyone I love be beat on. I don't ever want my kids to experience that. And anyone who's watching, I hope you're not getting your hands put on you either. Anyone who puts their hands on you and says that they won't do it again, they're lying. Because what I've learned from my own life experiences, when someone hits you, they're going to hit you again and again and again and again, and it's a vicious cycle. It's almost like an addiction. It's a sickness. Sexual violence. I can't personally speak on sexual violence, but someone very close to me and very dear to me taught me a lot about what was right and wrong when it comes to having sex with your partner. Anyone who forces you or pressures you to the point that you feel like you have to do something, that is sexual violence. Women, let me say this. Your body is your temple. It is yours. You don't have to give it to nobody if you don't want to. You're in control, for real. You have the one thing that a man wants, or other women want. And so, if you don't want to give it up, that's your choice. And if he just beat the shit out of you, do not have makeup sex with him. That in itself is so toxic. But we don't realize that because a lot of women have the stigma that when you have sex with someone after they beat you up, that's the best sex, makeup sex. Someone taught me that is really toxic behavior. And it's very unhealthy behavior. And that just means that every time they get mad and you all fight, in your mind, pain and pleasure coexist. Pleasure and pain and pleasure. And it shouldn't be like that. You should not tie your soul to an individual who wants to hurt you and then make love to you and make up. No. That's not love, baby girl. That is not love. That is a sickness that we have carried with us through this life and passed down probably from generation to generation, thinking that shit's okay, and it's definitely not okay. Characteristics of a healthy relationship. So, have I got your attention yet? Have I piqued your curiosity? All right. So, respect for oneself and others is a characteristic of a healthy relationship. When one partner tries to exert control or power over the other, that is what? Unhealthy. When you have a healthy relationship, you both have mutual respect for one another. It's kind of like this. If I'm out and I'm with my girls and somebody walks up to me, I'm just going to use this example. And, hey, how are you doing? Can I get your phone number? If that was my boyfriend, how would I feel if another female approached him? What would I want him to say? What should I say? Same thing I'd want him to say. Or you can visualize in your mind, if your spouse, partner, or boyfriend, or whoever is standing there beside you, how would you react if they were beside you? Behave in the same manner that you would when they're there, when they're not there, as if they were there. Equal trust. I know that's a hard one for a lot of people, especially when you have trust issues, but you should definitely give people the benefit of the doubt until they show you something different. Honesty. A good quote. I would rather be content with the truth I would rather be hurt by the truth than content with a lie any day. That is like one of the best quotes ever. I definitely want you to tell me the truth. If you decide to step out and cheat, hey, tell me, okay? Don't go sleep with somebody else and come and sleep with me, because then you're messing their pH balance and germs and body fluids into yours, then into mine. And is that fair to me? No. Is that fair to you? No. Would they want you to do it to them if it was the other way around? Absolutely not. So just don't do it. If you find someone else desirable, check out of the relationship and do you, boo. Compromise. This is a big one. It's a give and a take, right? Sometimes I still have a hard time with it, but I try really hard. But compromising is great because it's a win-win for everybody. Individuality. This is where you separate yourself from having codependency. So having your own identity outside of your partner is huge, right? Because you don't want to know where you end and they begin. Like, you got to have that separation. So you have to listen to what I'm telling you. You have to have your own friends. Your friend, partner, boyfriend, spouse, whoever, has to have their own friends. And then you guys can have some mutual friends. And remember, honey, his friends are not your friends. And your friends are not his friends. Because they're going to keep his secrets just like yours are going to keep yours, right? But y'all have mutual friends. And that is when you all get to go out together with the mutual friends and have fun and do stuff. But you also need to have nights where you can go out and enjoy yourself and he can go out and enjoy himself. Now, yes, I say that. And yes, I try to live my life by that. But, here's the but, and no, it ain't bullshit. If this man has did you wrong, and you know it, then you're not going to be okay with him going out with his friends. Because in your mind, you're automatically going to assume and think the worst, right? So you're already setting yourself up for failure. Because as you go out to do your thing, you're going to have that on your brain. Or you're going to be out trying to do the most while he's out trying to do the most. And then y'all are both being toxic, coming home to bring toxic back to your house, right? No. So it's better to just have your each individuality, be honest, trust, and have mutual respect, and you won't have that issue. Good communication. Oh my gosh. Like, people understand. Communication is the key. Like, I can't express that enough. You should be able to sit down with whoever it is, and they should be able to sit down with you and you all talk it out. I feel like there is nothing in this world that can't be talked about. Like, if we have an issue, let's talk about it. Let's fix it. Tell me what you will do or won't do, so I know what I need to do, you know? And anger. I want to discuss this about anger because I feel like it's so important. How many people get angry? I definitely get angry a lot sometimes. Now, it's actually okay to get angry. Yes, I'm telling you that. It's okay to be angry. It's a feeling, and you need to. You can't be happy all the time. I mean, it's a feeling. But it's how you handle that anger that makes or breaks you as a person, right? So we all get angry, but it's how we express it that affects our relationships with other people, right? Anger can be handled in healthy ways. Did you know that? Yeah. Such as you can walk away, you can count to 10, you can have a timeout. I love timeouts. And then you can come back and readdress the situation. Because if you're trying to talk something out with someone and both people are angry or one person's angry and the other one's not, it's just going to fuel the fire. So take a break until you're calm and come back. And there's always, you can agree to disagree. I know, right? But hey, that's your opinion. That's how you feel. This is my opinion. This is how I feel. I'm stubborn. I'm stuck in my ways. I'm sitting on it. So are you. So today we will agree to disagree and we'll walk away. Leave it alone. It's not really that hard because it doesn't have to be somebody has to win. You don't have to always win. And you don't always have to be right. Fighting fair. Is there such thing as fighting fair? I used to never ever think that. I thought it was like we fighting dirty till the gloves come off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as I've gotten older and learned a lot of things in this life, there is a such thing as fighting fair, which means you stick to the subject, you avoid the insults, and if it gets too heated, take a break and come back. I like that one. Problem solving. Yeah. Together, you all break down the problem and identify a new solution and then talk through it. You know? I know some people are like, yeah, right. But literally, if you literally sit down and write out your problem and the other person writes out their problem and you all literally identify a new solution of like how you would want to resolve it, and then you all share with each other, you're gonna find yourself laughing because at the end of the day, was it really that serious? And not taken away, even if it was that serious, you're going to have better communication and team building skills with your partner because you all have sit down, talked about an issue, come up with a solution to fix it, and you're working on it. Rome wasn't built in a day, so it's okay if it doesn't happen right this second. But as long as you're working towards a solution and you're trying to fix the problem instead of masking the problem or fighting about the problem or saying, oh my God, she's nagging too much, I gotta get out of here. Work with somebody. Because one day they might not nag at you and one day they might not bitch at you, and guess what? That means they stop caring and they're out the door. And you're SOL. Self-confidence and understanding. Each partner should take their time to understand what the other might be feeling. So, you may be feeling angry. I may feel like it wasn't that big of a deal. But you should be able to have sympathy for your partner. Put yourself in their shoes and see their take on it. Maybe they're overreacting, but maybe they're not. Everybody's feelings are valid. Don't ever take that away from them. Self-confidence. Be your own. Be sure to stand for it. Don't be anyone's yes man. So all you people pleasers out there, stop people pleasing. Tell them no. Say no. When you say no, you'll learn a lot. Be a role model. Inspire one another. Inspire each other's friends and family. Encourage each other to be the best that you can be. So behind every great man is a great woman, right? So why would you not want to see your spouse or partner be the best that they could be? And partners, why would you not want to push your partner to be the best they can be? Like, you don't tear each other down. You're supposed to build each other up. And if he falls, I got your back. And if I fall, he's got my back. But there's so many times when you just see a woman tear down a man or a man tear down a woman and not help them pick themselves back up. And it's like, what are we doing? Where is the love? You need to be there for each other in good times and bad times. Always. And it never should be one-sided. You should give the same respect that you want. You should do the same things for your partner that you want done for you. Sometimes a relationship can't operate 70-30. It just can't. Somebody's going to get burned out. Somebody's getting hurt at 70-30. 60-40, it's doable. 50-50 is almost unrealistic. 20-80, it's done for. So keep that in mind. Healthy sexual relationships. Took me a long time to learn this. Make sure neither partner feels pressured or forced to engage in sexual activity that is outside of the person's comfort zone. Do not do it if you're not comfortable. So, a lot of times, you know, when you're with somebody new or you've been with somebody for a long time, you guys want to try new things, right? And sometimes, you know, us yes people and people pleasers will be like, okay, I'll do it. I want to keep my man happy. I want to keep my chick happy. But deep down inside, it's like, I really don't want to do that. So why do that to yourself? Because when you're doing that to yourself, you know what that is? That's actually sexual violence. That's actually unhealthy behavior. And I didn't realize that for a long time. Going with the flow is unhealthy. So, do what you like. Do what you enjoy. And it's a give and a take. You know what your partner likes. You got to do what they enjoy too. But y'all got to be in an agreement on it. Okay? If we bring it anal beads to the bedroom, excuse me, we both sharing it. Okay, no, you don't want to share. Okay, great. I'll take it. You don't have to. It's that simple. Only do what you're comfortable doing. If your man wants to have a threesome and you're not with it, don't do it to please him, because you're going to get hurt in the end. He's not, but you are. But I guarantee you, if you ask him if you can bring another man, it ain't happening, Captain. You know why? Because ain't no respectable man who loves you gonna watch another man sleep with you. Same for us women. But I'm just saying. I just wanted to bring that up. Don't do stuff that you're gonna regret later or you're not gonna be happy about. But with that, and in closing, I just want to say thanks for letting me take up some of your time and spending some time with me. I appreciate it. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the like button and subscribe. I would appreciate the following. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Until next time.